All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Crystal, so much, the host with the most. She's awesome every time. Don't know how she does it.
Booze.
Booze. Yeah, booze.
Accurate.
So I do not trust food delivery. Like, during normal times, it's probably okay, but right now, I just have too many questions. Like, where have you been? Did you wash your hands? Did you breathe while you're driving over here, causing little bits of spittle to fly off from your car, land on my pizza box, which I'm going to put on my counter, spread all through my kitchen, and now I'm going to die? Because I trusted you, man. I trusted you. So I've been making my own food at home a lot, which I thought was actually going to be like a silver lining, because my doctor has sworn to me for years that if I stopped eating out so much, I would lose weight. And it turns out my doctor is full of shit. What I have discovered is it's not eating out that's making me heavy. The problem is me. I mean, I know they said that the pandemic would make us face some hard truths, but I thought they meant like society. I didn't think they meant me personally. I liked being in denial. I wanted to get one of those plandemic doctors, you know, the YouTube conspiracy people, because they would be on my side. They'd be like, that Ronald is an evil clown, man. He wants to keep you fat. Only cares about the bottom line, or as he calls it, the wide bottom line. So I do try to lose weight, but I mean, let's be honest. When the governor said I had to stay home, it's not like I was like, oh man, I was just about to go outside and go running. Oh, that sucks. It was more like, well, I guess I'll just stay home and make a cheesecake. Oh, look, I got the stuff already. It's almost like I was gonna do it anyway. So I think the real problem is shopping at Winco, because Winco is fucking insane.
Oh,
It's like the Wild West, but instead of everybody having guns, everybody's armed with a disregard for social distance. Even people with masks, half of them have them down below their nose. I'm like, I was gonna buy bananas, but now I'm wondering what else you breathed on, you disease-spreading motherfucker. It's weird. It's weird to be standing at the end of an aisle, looking at a family of 4 and trying to think, should I risk death for a box of mac and cheese? If you're wondering, the answer is yes. I risk death for a box of mac and cheese. Because at the end of the day, when you're so stressed out that this trip to the store may actually kill you, you're at some point, you're like, fuck it. I'm just going to buy all of the ice cream. Because if I'm going to die, my last week isn't spent eating chickpeas and arugula. I'm going to die face down in a tub of cookie dough. That's how I choose to go. So some areas are starting to ease up restrictions on the quarantine, which is nice. And people are talking about what they're going to do when they finally get to go out there. They're talking about, like, you know, going out to dinner or maybe having some like friends and playing games. But for me, I'm definitely going to fucking my partner. 100%. The thing is, we don't actually live together, so we've been quarantined apart for months. And I keep reading about people having like
How's Thomas
quarantine.
Kincaid doing? Lights on, Thomas.
Hey, she was warned. She joined. She knew it was coming.
Still breathing life over there, Thomas.
This is good. This is good.
Okay.
Now I really have to meet her.
I keep hearing about people having all this quarantine sex and how there's going to be this baby boom. And I'm just home alone. Just me and Pornhub. That's it.
Oh, shit.
Like I'm 15 again. So that's definitely what I'm doing. I might take a week I might take a whole week off of work. I'm not sure. I feel like one day probably isn't going to be enough.
Oh my god.
So we have tried to keep close in the quarantine. I will tell you that the quarantine has made me a much more bold sexter than I used to be. Used to be very cute and innuendo and tulips and peaches and all. Isn't that cute? Now I'm just like, you want to see my dick? It's not doing me any good over here. You want to see?
Not doing me any good.
We took a stab at video conference sex once. Now,
Oh, no.
the hardest part of video conference sex was deciding what app to use. I didn't want to use Zoom because I did not like what it implied. Plus, to be completely honest, I've never been great with dirty talk, so I was afraid to give her mute button power. Because I know that at some point I would say something and she'd just be like, nope. And I didn't want to use house party. I didn't think I could handle that. This isn't the 70s. So we settled on Hangouts, Google Hangouts, which has a nice like Netflix and chill vibe. Just nice. It's exactly kind of my realm. The worst part, that's the hardest, the worst part is actually the picture of you that's down in the corner, because it's like you watching porn. And you can see your own sex face. It's very distracting.
Oh my
God.
I tried to hide it, but I knew it was there. It's like having sex knowing your mom's in the next room.
Thomas Kincaid!
Is Thomas Kincaid the safe word?
Yeah, just gotta take it down. You gotta just take it down at this point.
Time to turn off the baby monitor.
Just turn him around. Just turn him around. Turn him around. Let him snuff that light. Snuff those lights.
So I was just staring at myself, half aroused and half disgusted. I had to call it off. Seeing the look on my own face.
Oh,
Yeah.
Topher.
Oh, God.
Topher.
You guys are all worried about my parents. In the meantime, my partner's daughters are watching. They're probably like horrified right now.
Oh my God. I'm horrified right now.
He's always been like this, though.
They're like, why don't I have mute button power? God damn it!
Girlfriend that just said that. Ooh.
The
So awesome.
quarantine quarantine has made some of us teachers. And I've got to say, making me a teacher is a big mistake. I mean, not a mistake for my children. I mean, it is a mistake for my children, but also for like humanity. I mean, I can't get my kids to flush after they go poop. And one's a teenager. That for 14 years. Now I'm supposed to teach stuff that matters. It doesn't help that my kids are not exactly the joy to have in class their teachers have led me to believe. Look, I know joy. This isn't joy. They're lucky I'm not Marie Kondo. I kicked their ass out on the street.
Oh shit.
Do the teachers even know what joy is? If these kids are a joy, what the fuck is happening in that classroom?
Poor Mary.
Oh boy.
She ain't laughing for a reason.
Slowly dying inside.
So, plus, I've been able to shield from my kids so far just exactly how stupid I am. And it's gotten way more complicated. Because now every time I hear one of them say, "Dad, I don't understand," I feel the fear. The first week of remote lessons, the one came to me and he's like, "Dad, what's a predicate?" And I said, "I think that's how you act in social situations." And he said, "No, in like a sentence." And I said, "Well, let me see." And he showed me his work and it said, highlight the predicate. And I showed a sentence. Sally is walking her dog to the park. So what I did was say, well, I mean, I know. But I can't just tell you because that would be cheating. So why don't you try to find the answer on your own? But that didn't work, so I had to Google it. But I couldn't just Google it. You've got to preface it with some bullshit like, well, I mean, I don't really know if I can explain it. So, I mean, don't worry. He's a kid. He's dumb. He bought it totally. The real problem is when you don't understand the Google answer.
Oh.
There it is.
So I look and I'm like, oh, predicate. Of course, it's the part of the sentence that contains the verb. The part of the, wait a minute. Of the sentence. Verb. So is it just a fancy word for verb? How many parts of a sentence are there anyway? Like nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, tenses, got to be like 100 parts. Sally is walking her dog to, that's 8 words. Is there 8 parts? What the fuck is that? That can't be a part. That's not anything. Well, who made me the goddamn grandmaster of predicate anyway? Jesus. So I told him to email the teacher and tell him the program wasn't working.
Yes. Oh my God.
All right, everybody, that was my time. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming.
Hey!